Hey guys, Hunter here with Zee Bait Co, and I'm going to show you 3 ways on how I personally rig our bamboo bomber bait. A lot of people have been asking questions, so I figured I'd make a video to show you guys again how I personally like to rig the bamboo bomber and how I've had the most success and catch more fish rigging it these 3 ways. So check it out. Alright guys, so I have in front of you right here my top 3 favorite colors for this time of year. It is October here in Pennsylvania, and I will say that we usually fish waters in Pennsylvania and in Maryland, but these 3 colors will work anywhere in the country, just about any time of the year. Of course, it all depends on your water clarity. So what I'm going to start off with is probably one of my most go-to ways on how to fish the bamboo bomber, and that's what's called a screw lock shaky head. Now, a lot of companies make these. We do produce these as well. I like a 5/16 ounce weight for that. And I'm going to show you guys here with the watermelon red flake bamboo bomber, just how you do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the bait. The bottom side of the bamboo bomber is the flat side. The top side is the side that has all the ribs on it. So you're going to want to make sure at the end that it's like that. So I'll show you guys here real quick. You're just going to take the bait and you're going to screw it into the head. You push a little bit first and get the tip of that spring started, and then you just screw. I just push down a little bit like that. You're going to take that and you're going to just ever so slightly pull back on the bait and push it in. You don't need to stick it out of the bait. You just want to have it to where it almost comes out of the top of the bait, right? So there you go. Now you have the bamboo bomber easily rigged on the 5/16 shaky head. And what that's going to do, it's going to make it stand up. So as you work the bait along the bottom, it's going to hop along like a little crawdad, and then it's going to open up the appendages on the bamboo bomber. The other quick trick would be to take a pair of scissors and trim up the side of the inside of the tail, the beaver tail on the bamboo bomber, so you can allow it to open up even more and give yourself more. The second way on how I like to rig the bamboo bomber is on a Texas rigged or peg Texas rigged. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a peg here, or a bobber stop. There's 3 different sizes of them. I typically just use a standard like medium size on 12-pound line. So you're going to just slide that on. You loop it under there and slide it on, and you slide it up your line. Now, I don't have this on my fishing rod, but your fishing rod tip would be here, and then the end of the line would be down here. So you have the bobber stop on there. Now you're going to take your weight. I use a 5/16 ounce tungsten weight. You do not have to use tungsten, but I use Swagger tungsten. It's pretty inexpensive and great quality. So you're going to take the hook. You're just going to tie your hook on there. All right, so now I have my hook on there, and this is where the bobber stop comes in. You can slide that bobber stop down, and what that does is it keeps your weight pinned to your hook, and eventually it'll pin it to the head of the bait. So now we're going to rig the bamboo bomber. My other next color I like is the green pumpkin. It's just a great all-around color any time of the year. So you're just going to basic Texas rig the bamboo bomber. These are Gamakatsu 3/0 hooks. They fit perfectly for the bamboo bomber. That's what it was designed around. So basically you could just slide the bait right up to where the the tip of the hook starts to curve, push it through onto the bottom, which is the flat side, remember that. Push it up to the neck of the bait. As the top of the bait gets up there, push it over the eye of your hook. And then now you can easily line up. The tip should just go just past one of the ribs on the body. Push it all the way back. Push it up. I like to push it out of the bait. And now what you can do is right there where the hook is, you can just pull on the bait and sink it into the bait. That's how the bait was designed to work, so that you guys have a weedless presentation. Now, of course, you're going to push down on your bobber stop, and there you go. Very clean, good for punching through grass, good for flipping around wood. That's what this bait was designed for. Of course, again, cut down that tail with a pair of scissors. And now you have a super clean streamlined creature bait. And that's my second way on how I like to rig the Bamboo Bomber. Now the third way I like to rig the Bamboo Bomber is on a power drop shot. Power drop shots become pretty popular over the last year, thanks to some of the tour pros. And it's a really effective way, and a way that a lot of our tournament anglers actually use the Bamboo Bomber. So what I like to do, which is a little unique, and what one of our tournament anglers taught us how to do, and it's been really effective, is to actually use a 1/0 hook on it. So if you don't know how to use a drop shot, I'm not really going to show you guys in this video how to rig a drop shot, but I will show you guys what it looks like rigged. I have my hook tied on there. As you guys can see, this would be the top of where your rod tip is, right here, where my finger is, and then down here is where your weight's going to go. And the line will have a leader. I usually use a leader that's about a foot. It really depends on the depth of water you're fishing. If you guys have fish finders, you can see at what depth they're fishing, the fish are at rather. But anyways, so once you have your line and your hook tied there, you're gonna take a pencil weight, they're called, and there's two different types of pencil weights. You have the kind with the line tie, which has a little ring there, a little circle for you to actually tie a knot, or you have the wedge kind. Line through the wedge on the drop shot hook line that you've already tied, pull on it, pull on it, and that's it. And then you're just gonna simply Texas rig my third favorite color of the Bamboo Bomber on the 1/0 hook, which is our green pumpkin black and blue flake. It's a dual laminate color. It's a very effective color for most of the time of year, especially here in Pennsylvania. So now what that's gonna do with the drop shot rig is gonna keep the bait floating. These baits don't have any salt in them, so it's gonna get you a really effective presentation, because as you can see, the weight's down here, the bait will float underwater, so it will float like this, and as you hop across the bottom, the bait's gonna float up. So many different baits are used for a drop shot rig, but the Bamboo Bomber I found to be a really effective way to fish around lily pads, down structure, and not get stuck because you're using that non-exposed hook. Also, you can set the hook a little bit harder than you would with a traditional drop shot rig. If you were wondering, I use anywhere from a 3/8 ounce to a 1/2 ounce tungsten drop shot weight, or I use lead. It just depends on where I'm fishing. If I know I'm gonna get stuck really bad, I'll probably just use lead. Hey guys, I hope you liked that video on how I rig the Bamboo Bomber in 3 ways. If you guys like this video, comment below on what you liked about it and what parts you would like to see improved. Also, any other baits that we make that you guys want to see on how I like to rig them, just comment that below as well. And of course, give this video a like and share it with your friends, because the more info we can give on how to rig our baits and how you guys like to rig it, that's really important to us. And of course, get out there and fish some more with the Bamboo Bomber, and I guarantee you guys will be catching more fish. So if you guys want more free videos like this, of course, subscribe to our YouTube page and share it with your friends. Thank you. Hey guys, I hope you liked that video I just made for you on the 3 ways that I like to rig